morning, Dubai. This is the Lovin Dubai show with me, Casey.
And Farah.
And we go through the big trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Our top story for you today, the UAE is hosting Russia-Ukraine peace talks.
And Emirates announces a new cabin crew village.
Storm Fern forces Emirates to cancel multiple flights from Dubai to the US.
And JVC residents have been spotting RTA paid parking signs going up around the community.
We manifested it for 2026 on the show a week ago. And also from local gigs to global stages, we will be joined by Pearson to talk music moments, what's next for him. And also, I've heard he's going to give us a live performance, so stay tuned for that. He'll join us at about 8:50.
But before we jump into that, the temperatures today are ranging from 16 to 23 degrees Celsius.
We have to talk about the weather and the wild weekend that was. The weekend, I don't know if you stayed at home or you got out, but there was so much
going on,
happening.
Yeah, it was obviously very different between the different Emirates, but was that Ras Al Khaimah in the video?
That's Ras Al Khaimah.
Oh my gosh. I wish I was in Ras Al Khaimah right now.
It's bad. Well, we're kind of lucky because I just feel for all the event organisers. You had Coos Fest.
Yes.
You had Le Tap Cycling by Skoda. You had Emirates Lit Fest. You had the golf.
Oh my God, there's so much.
Emirates Lit Fest is kind of indoors. But and this was the weather that was going on in other Emirates. And the golf they had a bit of rain yesterday afternoon. There was rain trickling, but they managed to get through. But luckily they didn't see the weather that other Emirates experienced. And if you haven't seen it, check out our feed right after the show because we've just posted this video. But that's Ras Al Khaimah.
Oh my gosh. I haven't seen hail except for one time in my life, and it hailed in Egypt, which is kind of rare. It doesn't really. But I love this kind of weather. And I was expecting it to rain a little bit, just looking at the clouds, but I didn't know in advance. So we had plans to go to Limited in Qudra, and then we realized, oh wait, today might not be the day for that.
It was too close because sometimes you want that grey sky and you woke up, but I think yesterday we woke up and it was grey, but nearly you felt there was a bit of thunder. Actually, I was at an expo and I felt like I saw some thunder lightning for a second. So it was on the precipice of pouring. And I just think about the cyclists, the people who were planning the Le Tap cycle from Dubai Design District up to Expo. So they would have been monitoring the entire city and just praying that the rain wouldn't hit, because if it does, you've got a big problem on your hands.
Oh yeah, slippery roads. It's not the safest conditions for cycling. But I really enjoy this kind of weather. I really like when it rains, and it rained a little bit.
There were dribbles for sure.
But I wish I was in Ras Al Khaimah though. I want to see hail.
I don't think I've seen hail ever in Dubai.
Yeah, me neither. No.
Oh, no, that's a lie. Because remember April 14th, 24th, 2024? Did it not come down like pelts?
I didn't leave the house.
I said, did I? But I feel like I could be raking that up. Someone fact check me.
I think...
Kirby, fact check.
I'm not sure anymore because all I remember was the water felt like an actual shower. It was a shower head pouring onto the window. It was crazy.
I would avoid cleaning your car for the next couple of days until you've got a free car cleaner outside.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump into our top stories of the day. The UAE hosts Russia-Ukraine peace talks. So President His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan met with the heads of delegations participating in the US-Russia-Ukraine trilateral talks hosted by the UAE as part of the ongoing efforts to foster dialogue and explore political solutions to the Ukraine-Russia crisis.
The talks, which commenced in Abu Dhabi, are attended by U.S. presidential envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner. Igor Kostyov, I hope I'm saying that correctly, head of the main directorate of the General Staff of Russian Armed Forces, Kyrylo Budanov, Chief of Staff to the Ukrainian President, Rustem Umerov, Secretary of National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine, and a number of senior officials from both Russia and Ukraine.
His Highness expressed his sincere wishes for the success of the talks and for positive outcomes that contribute to ending a conflict that has persisted for years he reaffirmed the UAE's consistent approach of promoting constructive dialogue and supporting all efforts aimed at advancing diplomatic solutions to crises and conflicts around the world.
His Highness added that the UAE supports all initiatives and endeavors that seek to achieve a peaceful settlement to the Ukrainian crisis in a manner that serves the interests of all parties and contributes to global peace and stability. The meetings underlined the UAE's ongoing role as a platform for dialogue as it continues to support diplomatic efforts aimed at ending the Ukraine conflict and promoting long-term global peace and stability.
So the latest updates we have from that are President Zelensky, Ukraine, says they are happy with the current progress of the talks. But next up will be another meeting on February 1st. And we really hope to see a diplomatic and peaceful resolution. This war has been going on for 3 years. And, well done to the UAE, which has been consistently a pivotal part in this, in helping the prisoner releases and captives released between both countries. This is the next step in that. And we hope to be part of the end game of a peaceful solution. Let's jump on to the next story. Emirates announces new cabin crew village. The community will house 12,000 Emirates staff following a newly signed agreement between Emirates and DIP. So it's going to be out in DIP. The multi-billion dirham development will feature 20 residential buildings, each rising 19 floors, as well as retail outlets, restaurants and everyday services. Residents can also expect fitness facilities, landscaped walking trails, resort-style outdoor spaces and swimming pools.
The first phase is expected to be complete by 2029.
Very interesting there, Emirates. As far as I know, they've always had little pockets in areas around the city. And that accommodation would always be free. So it's one of the perks of being Emirates. Have you ever thought about being crew, Farah?
I just gave it a tiny thought and then I was like, I am way too anxious to be on a flight every single day, so can't do it.
It always looks like the dream job for a pocket of your life.
If there's like a phase in your 20s when you're like, this would be such a good job. But the more you think about it, I guess, the more you find your dream and the more you realize what you actually want to do. But being an Emirates cabin crew sounds so good because they do genuinely take care of you as far as we know with the perks. What do we know of the perks?
Well, so perks and then requirements to become one. So I saw one comment and it said, please, something about tattoos. So we looked into requirements, but actually as long as your tattoo is hidden, it's okay.
Okay.
So you need to be fluent in written and spoken English, and additional languages are an advantage. Finally, my Irish might come to use. An actual team player with a personality that shines, at least 160 centimetres tall. And you have to be able to reach a height in 212. What's 160?
Damn.
160?
160 centimeters? Oh.
What's that in feet?
It's like 5'3", I think.
Oh, I'd make that.
I wouldn't make it.
Really?
No. So it depending on, I don't know. Sometimes when I get like measured for my height, I'm 158. Sometimes I'm 160. But would I reach 212 centimeters? I don't know. I always struggle with the cabin overhead bin.
I'm gone. Able to meet UAE's employment requirements, be at least 21 years old. If they have a cap on age, though, then I'm out because I'm 30 plus a million. You also have to have 1 year of hospitality or customer service experience.
Interesting.
High school education, no visible tattoos while in the Emirates crew uniform.
Makes sense. Okay.
But the perks are the perks.
Yes. Speaking of perks, what are they?
Well, would you, there's these surgeries, we don't condone surgery, there's surgeries that can make you taller. Would you be inclined to do it, considering the perks? So your starting salary, the basic salary is 5k a month, but then you get flying pay. So with all the hours that you're in the sky, you get paid for. So the average salary is 11k, but you also get meal allowances while you're traveling, your accommodation, which is in a 2 or 3 bed apartment with other Emirates crew, is all paid for. Travel to and from work is paid for.
Oh, yeah, true.
You also get concession travel. So there's staff travel benefits. which I think mean you can put your family on a list and they travel for free. I don't fully understand it. 30 days annual leave a year.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
Is it calendar days or is it?
Oh, it's calendar days.
So it's the usual.
It's the usual.
Okay.
Well done. One free annual ticket to a country of your origin. This can be changed to any EK destination after 3 years of service. And also medical and insurance. You get covered by medical and insurance worldwide.
Worldwide. Okay, that's the key there.
Well, fair enough.
Makes sense, of course, because you're flying for work. Wow, the perks are actually really good. Should I sign up? I don't know. I need to be taller.
I need to probably be younger. They don't have an age cap. That's just me guesstimating. And there's a dress code. Your hair needs to be neatly tied back. You need to be well presented, clean shaven, which
I also heard, speaking of hair, it needs to be a natural color.
Oh.
So you can't have two-tone hair.
Well, here it just says hair neatly tied back, face with full makeup.
Of course. And the red lip.
Shoes, wear heels, yeah. Oh, two-tone hair, would I get in? I'd say they can't be that strict on that. It's just if someone probably comes in with...
No, yeah.
Someone comes in with a very vibrant colour. And you know when you have got like a school and someone comes in with purple hair and the school have to then say,
no.
What are our rules here? Is that not okay? Are we allowing individuality? And so I assume I might get away with it.
Yeah, because it's a natural hair color.
Like, this isn't natural though, it's two-tone.
But
it's fake.
You pass as a platinum blonde. You do. You pass. But if I had that, it wouldn't pass. The route's way too dark to try to to pass.
But I imagine if it's like a balayage, you're fine. A balayage is
if it's done really well,
intentional mix of hair colors. But I think they're basically saving themselves in case someone comes in with like a blue or purple.
Oh yeah,
and they're just gonna,
they don't want that.
But I guess it is a customer service role, and you do want to see hair tied back in a customer service role.
Oh yeah, you don't want it to be all up in their face or all up in your food, because obviously they're serving you and stuff. So
there's something that's kind of ick about someone else's hair. I just wouldn't want it in my face.
No, you don't want that. Also, they're not just because I've been seeing a lot of TikToks of like they don't just serve you; they are also very much trained in like first aid and evacuation systems and all that stuff. So it's actually a tough job.
It's not easy. And while I think it looks good thanks to Instagram, it's a customer service role. And customer service roles dealing with unhappy people from delayed flights is never fun, which brings us into the next story.
Oh, yeah.
Quite nicely, I must say.
This is what could happen. So basically, Storm Fern forces Emirates to cancel multiple flights from Dubai. Emirates has cancelled a number of flights from Dubai International Airport to and from the United States after severe winter weather caused widespread travel disruption across the U.S. The cancellations come as Storm Fern, a powerful snow, ice, and freezing rain system, continues to batter large parts of the country, leading airlines to suspend services on key long-haul routes as a safety precaution.
Among the flights affected between January 24th and January 26th, Emirates confirms cancellations on major routes connecting Dubai with New York, Washington, Dallas and Boston, as well as some flights from European cities like Milan and Athens that were headed to the storm-hit northeast US.
The airline has advised affected passengers to contact their travel agent or Emirates directly to rebook for rebooking options and to make sure their contact details are up to date so they receive any further updates. Passengers connecting via Dubai on the cancelled flights will not be accepted for travel from the original departure point.
The severe weather conditions have had a major impact on aviation. According to tracking data, over 10,000 flights were cancelled nationwide on Sunday alone, as heavy snow and ice made it unsafe for aircraft to take off or land at major hubs. I just think your friends that have living over there, I should get in touch to make sure all is okay. It sounds pretty bad.
I mean, I think every few winters we see something like this, and it makes me feel so grateful that our weather isn't too adverse. It happens only once every blue moon, 2024, for example, but like handled pretty well, shut down within a week. But this makes me think of every time I travel, there's always the option to buy travel insurance. I always just hope for the best, and I don't click it, and I don't get it. Because honestly, I don't go anywhere that's like so
My travel insurance.
dramatic. Everywhere I go, I'm like, I know the weather conditions. I know what's going to happen. Obviously, I have been in situations where flights were severely delayed, but they were usually like, the plane needs fuel or the plane needs to change the tire or something like that to do with the plane. But I've never got travel insurance.
Oh my God. I just, it was always a thing when you go on holidays, you buy travel insurance. But what I look back on the times that I've had to reclaim recently, I've had 2 cases of lost luggage. And one was pretty bad. I was going to, long story, let's say I was going to a ski resort. I had loads of ski clothes with me. And I was staying there for a month. And so I was 2 weeks into the trip and they hadn't arrived and therefore hadn't been able to ski. And so this is such a...
Oh.
I know.
Yeah.
Woe is me. Play my violin. And so I started having to buy gear, which is quite expensive. But it was the flight, the airline that in fact reimbursed me because they were at fault for losing the bag. And so when I travel with Emirates, I always feel, I don't know the rules, I could be wrong on this, but I always feel pretty secure that if there's a cancellation, they'll sort me out. If there's a bag loss, the airline will sort me out. Now, if I'm going to a country for... Again, play me a violin. If I'm going skiing, I will always take travel insurance.
Just to be safe.
And if you're going anywhere that's a little bit risque, stolen goods.
Yeah, you never know.
I sometimes forget if I'm flying to Ireland to get it because I just don't think that I'm traveling. But generally, any other country, I'd mostly get the travel insurance.
Because they could do a lot. Like, I never knew how much... travel insurance can actually help you in situations. They can refund or rebook cancelled flights if it wasn't already offered. And I think there are some that could help you with hotel bookings and stuff like that. They'll give you meals and drinks if you're stuck at the airport, transportation, all that stuff.
Well,
it depends.
But the thing, like let's say that we're thinking about the process to get to the destination. If the destination has an issue, like when I was 18, we had a safe robbed out of our hotel room. It's really not a great place to stay, but the safe itself was robbed. Within the safe was, luckily it was just my passport. I had to get an emergency passport, but my friend's like her iPod of the day, whatever we were using 10 years ago, and she had some expensive stuff, but the travel insurance got that back for her and she would never have seen a dime.
Wow.
So we reported to the police and it gets back. So maybe it's because I travel to places where these things can happen. Even if I'm going to any European destination, like you read Airbnbs, like this is a home, what's the security protection there?
Yeah.
It's very possible for someone to just walk into a home, break a window and be gone.
That's the reality of the situation.
That's reality.
Really.
I think travel insurance is a good idea.
Yeah. I think I will consider it.
Should consider.
I will consider it next time.
Last week on the show, we were discussing paid parking, and now, what happened yesterday?
JVC residents, they spotted those RTA paid parking signs going up around the community.
Wow.
I am one of those residents. I didn't notice it myself, but I will be on the lookout. But basically, residents have been noticing those paid parking signs popping up around the community, and there's sparking chatter online. The signs marked paid parking zones codes were first being noticed installed over the weekend, leading many to believe that street parking in JVC might soon switch from free to paid.
On Reddit, users shared photos of the newly placed Zone P signage, and some are already guessing that all street parking within JVC could be paid parking by mid-February once everything is fully rolled out. But we don't live on guesses or assumptions here. We wait for the official announcement.
Nothing is confirmed yet. Dubai has been gradually expanding paid parking into more neighborhoods across the city over the past year, with new parking zones becoming more common in residential and commercial areas alike.
For many JVC residents, free street parking has been one of the perks of living in the community, but it will definitely solve the parking issues like it did other areas. It happened to me.
Yeah.
It happened to me.
Yeah.
And I had no one to talk to because I don't know anyone that lives in Production City with me.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
But you just see the paid parking and you think, I'm parking on the street, I have free parking, and all of a sudden there's a paid parking sign where I used to think, and then you're like, how much is that going to cost me? Can I find another space to park nearby? No, I can't. And it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
It becomes an expensive problem.
Yeah, especially if you have a 2-car situation and only one allotted parking spot in the basement or whatever of your building. I only have obviously the 1 car, 1 parking spot allotted for me, which makes me think every time I move, I have to make sure I have a parking spot. I am not gonna pay for for parking in my residential area. But
some people don't have a choice.
I'm so sad because, well, again, we're just seeing the parking signs. We don't know when it's going to happen or anything, but...
That's what was unclear. For when it happened in my area, I was like, okay, the first day, surely they're not going to charge me today. I just remembered I have a parking fee I need to pay. But you have to start paying.
Yeah.
Like the sign is there.
You have to start paying.
You have to start paying.
I checked.
Could be some leeway, but you have to start paying.
Yeah, they're gonna let you know for sure. I mean, check their social media, parking or RTA, depending. But I checked RTA to see the zones in in JVC. There were none so far. So I will just keep checking because the Pilates studio that I go to is in JVC, and obviously it's street parking, which means I'll have to be paying every time I go now. But it's okay.
It's pretty affordable. It's just if you forget the top up. So when you go in, you'll need to do 2 hours because if you go over the 1 hour and then you forget, okay, 8 dirham or something.
Yeah.
I
mean, it'll solve.
It's very normal for cities to have paid parking everywhere. I would just say we've been pretty lucky to date.
It took its time to start happening, but I'm definitely like. I literally remember when I was deciding where should I live, where should I move to, I picked JVC instead of, say, what was the other neighborhood called? Arjan. The reason why I picked JVC over Arjan is because of the paid parking situation.
No way.
Really? That's why.
What?
Well, now that's gone. Oh, well.
Actually?
Yeah.
Why was it so important to you?
Only for, like, if I have like guests coming and stuff, I overthought it. I didn't need to like think that hard about it. But also, I mean, I lived in JVC before. It was just like an easier decision, I guess, for me.
It was just one of the perks.
It was one of the perks.
It is going to be interesting because previously when you moved to locations, when I moved to Production City, for example, I never thought about it. Parking was free and it was cool. But if we were moving again to the same building, it's only got 1 space and we need to figure out parking, it immediately becomes an extra cost. It basically becomes your rent. And so I think I tallied that a working day person, so I'm leaving 5 days a week, it's about 400 dirham if your car leaves the paid parking and goes to work 5 days a week. But if you're not leaving, it's about 800 dirham a month. So if your car is stationary for an entire month, it's 800 dirham, which is basically an additional 1,000 dirham per month, which a lot of people... it will definitely make you question your choice of living. But also, I would say if there's a non-paid parking outside of in your community, it might be coming. But again, we don't work on guessworks here.
We'll let you know. If there's an update, we'll let you know.
Let you know. Guys, it's Monday, so let's kick off your week with a little bit of fun. We're excited to welcome our guest for the morning. His name is Greg Pearson. We're going to talk all about his new music, and we might even have a little performance. Do stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Our guest today is making waves not just on the Dubai music scene but also across the world. He shared the stage with some of the biggest names in the game: Demi Lovato, Lewis Capaldi, One Republic, and many more. He's got talent that will blow you away and a voice that hits you right in the feels. Welcome to the studio, Greg Pearson.
Thank you very much. What
Good
a great
morning.
introduction. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here on a Monday morning. We know it's. Are you a morning person?
Well, yes, kind of, because I need to do the school drop-off.
Not today.
Yeah.
You've done it?
Done it. And then drove here in a panic thinking I'm going to be late. But
I'm sorry, we have people talking about the school drop-off and the massive traffic that it takes to get in and out. So how did you manage to do the...
don't know, you just need to get up before everyone and get in, get it done.
Fair play.
And then get to Lovin Dubai for an interview. Easy.
So Greg is here because he's an incredible musician. Can you tell us, how did you first fall in love with music?
Wow, that would go well, like very far back. So like I just started playing guitar when I was like maybe 10 or 11. There's always been a guitar in the house since I was very, very young, but properly started playing when I was really young.
Who owned the guitar that was in the house?
My mum just bought one. We used to actually put elastic bands on a sieve because she knew that I loved playing guitar. So she would like get an old sieve, you know a sieve?
Yeah.
Put elastic bands on it and pretend it was like a banjo or something. That's when I was really, really, really young.
Wow.
So then when I kind of got like into my younger adult years, I was playing in a band. I was actually a drummer in a band. And then I quit my job in 2014, I think, and moved to America.
What were you working as?
I was just working in retail.
Okay.
Just in a shop in Edinburgh, and then decided I didn't want to do that, and I was always always knew that I wanted to go into music in some capacity. So then I quit my job, moved to America, worked on a cruise ship, sang some songs on a cruise ship, then moved to Dubai.
So you have some stories from the cruise ship?
Aye. Not ones that we can tell.
Not a morning show, not morning show cruise talk chat.
And then I moved to Dubai, and since moving to Dubai, it's just my life and my career's just totally changed.
Tell us about choosing to... So you chose Dubai for music scene.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you were, I guess, based America area. Why Dubai?
I think we just spotted that it was kind of like going somewhere. You know what I mean? Like America and the UK, London, and these kind of music cities still are very saturated with talent. And it just kind of landed upon me, to be honest. Like this was like 10 years ago that I moved out here. So I think at that time, there was a bit of curiosity. I think it's more established now. There was a bit of curiosity about the country. And as with probably the same with a lot of people, we moved out and said, like, let's just stay for a month and then let's go back. And then we did that for like 2 years, come for a month and then go home for like a month. And then, finally settled.
And how is it trying to carve a name for yourself as a unknown performer in a new scene? If you go back to maybe 8-10 years ago, did people already know your name when you moved here? Or what are the stepping stones to get your name out there?
No one knew my name when I moved here, basically. A lot of people still don't know my name, to be honest. But I think for any performer, music or any of the arts, I think you really need to put yourself out there. You really need to go after what you're looking for, and you've got to be lucky. Like you've got to be lucky to get the opportunities and the chances, and then you've just got to take them, I would say. And that's still true today.
And when you talk about taking chances, like the difference between now, someone might post a video and it could go viral versus...
You could also play the lottery and win the lottery, though.
Exactly. But how do you, like, what are the chances that you can physically take, apart from social media, whose door do you bang on to get an audition, or where do you have to go to get gigs?
In Dubai? I've not had to do that for a long time, but...
Back then, I'm talking about when you were starting.
Then, I mean, I used to print off almost like a CV. Basically, I put my picture on whatever, print off a CV, and walk into restaurants and hotels and venues and actually hand it in. And probably 9 out of the 10 that you would hand in wouldn't get looked at, and then 1 would get looked at, then that would get carried over, and then when they actually see you perform, then they want you to do a different venue. And it's all about just, like, it's the same for everyone, though. I guess it's like, it's the hustle and the just trying to make your career, basically. That's what the creative arts are, I would say.
And how would you describe, like, your current position in music now versus then?
I think I'm probably more established here in Dubai than. I would like to think that. And then I guess I'm still going somewhere. It definitely feels like, right now it feels like everything that I've been doing for the last sort of 5 years is all sort of coming together. I've had opportunities where, like, one thing will happen, and then maybe a few months later something else will happen, and then a few months later something else. But it feels like everything's sort of coming together in the last, like, 6 months, I would say.
Tell us a little bit about that, because we kind of teased, you know, some of the performers that you've shared stages with. Tell us, like, what to you has been the biggest opportunity that you've had in the last
just to
year or
learn
two?
from these people. Like, you learn so much standing at the side of the stage in the arena, watching the main artist go through their sound check and go through their whole process. Like, that's invaluable. Nobody can, you know, you can't go to school to learn that. You've got to learn that on the job. And then you've got to make mistakes in front of thousands of people. And there's that one. That was fun.
What's that one?
See, it's bizarre, because that is not who I am as a person. Do you know what I mean? I watch it and I'm like, how is that me?
No
Bizarre.
way.
I do. It's mental. Fun though.
Tell people what we're talking about right here. The one that you were calling out.
This is Etihad Park, right? Yeah. So this was last year, I think. And just thousands of people singing my songs. It was mad. You've got to tell them these are the words. And then who knows if they're going to sing back or not, and they did. That was lots of fun. That was one of the hottest gigs, though. It was absolutely sweating. I had planned my whole jacket, hoodie, and all of that. And there I am. That would have been the rubber bands on the sieve years.
So cute. So cute.
Wow. That's who I think I am, actually. Not the person that's, like, walking about in front of the thousands of people.
What would you have told that guy then, in terms of what you know now?
Wow. What a question. It's going to be fine. You'll be all right. Just do it. I think when you're, like, obviously not that age, but, like, when you get to, like, 13, 14, 15, those are, like, you start trying to, like, be who you want to be. And then there's so much anxiety that comes, not anxiety, there's so much, like, not like on the surface anxiety, but you're obviously just trying to figure it out and all of that. But aye, mad.
Does performing, you say that when you look at the guy on the stage, he doesn't, you know, it doesn't feel like you, but does performing and in front of a big audience come naturally? The music does, but the performance, I would say, doesn't really. I don't know if it does for anyone. I don't know. Well, I just think you shared a stage with Lewis Capaldi just recently, and his struggles with being on stage, or he's so open about it, and you know we've seen that in him. You know, you watch the performances, and which is just so wild because he's so insanely talented. And also Robbie Williams, you know, like same goes for him. Like his at Nebworth, that performance where he struggled with so much, and then you see the live, and it's phenomenal, and he owned the stage. So I just wonder for you, how is it before you go on?
yeah, I guess like when you're performing to that amount of people, it's their night. You know, I mean, you can just do what you want to do. They're the ones that create kind of the atmosphere, and it's very different for me. Like you've just said, like, what is it like to be like Lewis Capaldi and Robbie Williams? I'm still like coming up. You know what I mean? So they actually have a lot of pressure on, because they're the one that's selling the tickets. I'm just getting an opportunity to go and play to their fans. You know what I mean? So that's where I like, right, hopefully no one thinks I'm terrible. But these people aren't coming to watch this guy thinking he might be terrible. They're coming to have like a great night. And I think for those guys, that's the pressure.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so you've shared stages with, we mentioned One Republic, we mentioned Demi Lovato, maybe more. Who were you most impressed by? What did you learn from maybe one of those performers?
I've learned so much from Ryan Tedder, One Republic. Like he's like a god in the songwriting world. You know everything that he's wrote. He wrote like Halo. He wrote Rumour Has It. He's written like songs for Ed Sheeran and everyone. So to watch him, and then I still get to say he still like listens to my songs. I send him my songs, and we're friends on Instagram and chat and all that. And he was the one that invited me to support in Scotland actually. So to have someone like that you can like he's not guiding me, but there's a confidence that you get off someone like that. And I think that's kind of probably someone like him is invaluable. And also Lewis is like just a total legend. Like we went through the same places playing in Scotland. We're on the same circuit like 15 years ago, and then to just know that story is possible,
right,
is really inspiring as well.
Very cool. You said that you can send music to Ryan Tedder, who personally, so you have new music coming out and he's going to do a performance very soon, so stay tuned. Who personally do you bounce music off with? Who do you kind of, send your new stuff to in your small circle and appreciate feedback from?
My circle is very small, to be honest. Like I do quite a lot of it by myself. Like I think in the current state of independent singer-songwriters, you can literally write a song in your bedroom, you can record it on your phone and upload it to Spotify like within a week. Like, so I try to do that. I try to just like listen to my gut. I've done the whole thing, like I'm going to send it to this person knows what they're talking about, I'm going to send it to this person, and it can take years sometimes to get the songs like over the line. And also they can kind of cloud your judgment a bit, and too many people can just like ruin a song basically. So I'm trying to work now faster, and my wife's like a great judge of things, because she almost like doesn't really care. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like sometimes when you're so far removed from like a creative process, you can just give a bit of advice, and that can like, because you get so in your head when you're creating.
And can you tell people a little bit behind the inspiration for your new song?
Yeah, so the new single's called All I Want. So my debut EP is coming out at the moment. The new single's called All I Want, and that is basically just a song about realising, like I told you, I've got 2 kids and my wife, and realising that the happiness that you get from relationships is really what life is about. Like chasing these big stages and trying to make it as a whatever you want to be is great, and you need to have a goal, you need to have a light, but when you strip it all back, like it's about the people that you love and relationships, and yeah, that's what it is about. It was very fast. I wrote it so fast. So hopefully it's not.
What's fast?
Like 30 minutes.
That's amazing. Can we hear some?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay, guys, live performance from Greg Pearson singing his new track, All I Want, which he's just introed. Greg, not a sieve today. We've got a guitar.
No, not a sieve.
Take it away.
And it's also very early, so who knows if my voice will hold up. can't let someone lead you. People change, and I found that to be true. 'Cause I've been locked out and thrown down, and I've been on my own. I've seen rain clouds and I turned around, 'cause I know that all that I want is a life where I come home to you every night, and the wrong things you make them alright. And I'll know by the look in your eyes that everything's gonna be fine. 'Cause the way that you are by design is the cure that I need for my mind. When I am lost, you turn me around. All that I want is that life. There you are, a little snap.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was really, really lovely. I feel lucky that this morning show allows us to bring super talented people onto the show, and that we got a little taster.
Thank you.
So is that out?
Yeah, came out 15th last week, I think, week before, something like that.
Greg Pearson, how can people find you? How can people listen to your tracks? How can they know more?
Just on all the places. I'm kind of out there, to be honest. Like, wherever you think you might find me is there. Yeah.
Hit him up.
Hit me up. Yeah. Drop me a DM. I love to chat to new people in my DMs. Like, there's a lot of people that are like, you know, I did go through a phase of like years ago thinking, oh, everyone wants like the bit like of the, they want it to be mysterious and all that. Now I'm like, chat to me. I want to chat to people. I want to know who you are, what you're doing, and let's be friends, basically.
Love that. Aspiring artists, if you've watched that and you want to reach out, the DMs are open.
Always.
Greg, thank you so much for joining us. That was absolutely beautiful. We really appreciate your time this morning.
So much.
That is the Lovin Dubai show. What a great way to kick off the week. We'll be back with you every single weekday morning, so that means we'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Bye-bye.